All right, so the next item on our list of things to do in order to build a proper settlement, according to Sturgis, who has us doing this tutorial quest type thing, was to build some defenses. And so what I did while I was setting up a perimeter was threw in a bunch of these guard towers. Now, not only do they act as a fence, which is cool, but they actually raise the overall defense of your settlement as long as you have people to man them, right? And so I'm thinking as settlers arrive, the more of these guard towers I have, the higher the defense will go up just by them being here. That's what I'm thinking. And there was a little note that it showed that said basically you want your defensive rating or number to be the equivalent of your food and your water put together. All right, so if your food and your water were at 25, that would be 50. So you want your defenses to be about 50, because once the baddies hear that you have all the good stuff, well, they're going to want to come take it, right? And so notice this big open area right here. I was thinking about making this farmland, place to plant crops. It is kind of open, right? But on the same token, the river does provide sort of a natural barrier. Okay, because that wall leads all the way down up under the bridge and down a ways, and the settlement is pretty much closed off on that side. It funnels them down to this direction over here, and I don't know if the game will send enemies that way, or if the game learns, you know, that if you're strong in one area of your settlement, maybe they'll attack you from a different side or something. I don't know. I'll find out when I actually get attacked, if and when I get attacked. But anyway, this was a lot of fun. Kind of thinking sort of tactically, well, enemies could come from here, so where do I set this up, and where do I want people to man this and that? And I notice some people kind of like to walk the perimeter, like Garvey, Preston Garvey. He likes to roam around and walk basically around the whole edge of the compound. And so I left some of this stuff open for him. And I didn't really want to set a fence down there by the river and just run a fence all the way along there. Not only was it a really big waste of wood and stuff, but if I didn't have to, I kind of wanted to leave that open. But either way, I plan on using that for some farmland. Closed off all this over here and let those junk houses kind of serve as a natural barrier, and then filled in some of these gaps here. Between some of these houses and back, I was thinking about maybe setting up something of a a cattle farm, a cattle pen type of thing for Brahmin. I don't know if they'll come here. There was also another thing I saw. I think it's when you go through your miscellaneous stuff, you can actually set up a cow trough or a food trough. Notice I got some turrets up there out of the way, kind of out of reach. I don't know if they can shoot downwards. I guess we'll find out. Assuming anyone even attacks from this side. I don't know. This whole side was just wide open. Like, it was just a bunch of bushes with a bunch of gaps in between them. Anyway, set up a trough here. No big deal. Just a few pieces of ceramic or whatever. And see if any cattle kind of migrate towards it. And then if they do, I can pin this off, maybe on the side of this house, between the houses, and create an area here. And I'm hoping the AI will know to lead the Brahmin here and keep them pinned up here. And I don't know if they count towards, I imagine they count towards a food source, I guess. Anyway. A few more guard towers and stuff. Like I said, I think I set enough of them up to where if I get, another 10, 15 settlers here, the defense rating will go up just by them being here, probably 10 or 15 points, I would think. And like I say, they serve as a natural fence. And it's really cool being able to climb up there and defend the perimeter and stuff. I'm totally digging this. I've never played like The Sims. I've seen The Sims and I've seen Minecraft played a little bit. It's never really been my thing. I'm just knee deep in RPGs all the time. And yeah, I really am pretty focused like that. I really am. And so this is all kind of new to me, and I'm kind of glad I saved it for this game, because this is all fresh. This is like the coolest shit I've ever done ever. So I'm totally enjoying this. And yes, I could obsess over this for days. I don't know how many settlements there are to actually build on in the game, but holy crap, considering I could put a couple days into just this one, and if they give us 20 or 30 or 50 or 100, oh man, that's just, I can't imagine. But it really is enticing me to, all right, ready to do some building, boy? I mean, it's like, yeah, let's do it. All right, I'm really tempted to invest in some charisma perks just to set up some of these, these trade lines between settlements and stuff. And you can even build hospitals and, stores and all this type of thing. I was thinking about making this right here, even though it's my house. My house is actually across the street, I guess you could say. My original family home, but this be something of a community center. So I was thinking, let's have a place where when people come, they can kind of chill out, eat, drink, be merry, blah, 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 dance, do whatever. And eventually, I don't have the materials for it right now, but eventually I plan on having jukeboxes here, maybe setting up an actual bar, like literally even collecting bottles and putting them on a shelf behind the bar to create a bar or something, unless that's something you can actually make already ready-made. I don't know. But anyway, I have plans. I have plans. We'll see what happens. But anyway, so this was kind of what I was picturing in my head. I was telling you guys that I had a house. I played around with the house design. This one actually turns out a little better. But I was playing around a little bit and had a couple cool ideas and saw that, man, all the different things you could possibly do. I'm not even going to claim to be really, really creative. So I know some of you guys are going to come up with some amazing stuff. But I thought this was cool. It's functional and it would be neat. I'm like, where would I want to hang out? You know, and so it's kind of what I created here. And this, like I said, this won't be finished. I don't have all the stuff I need to put all the lights and radios and all the other stuff I would like to have around here. I need a bunch more circuitry and copper and little things like that. And that's cool. It'll come. I'm sure I'll find that stuff. This will be the basic floor plan. This is, I don't know, also, somebody's going to test it, how high you can go in the game. Like, as far as vertical goes, could you make something that's like 500 feet high as long as you could keep stacking it? And find ladders and stairs and stuff to keep going up and up and up. Like, how high could you actually go? Could you create a friggin' skyscraper or something? Be interesting to find out. I guess until you run out of materials? They really put a lot of thought into the different pieces that they give you to work with. I think they pretty much factored in pretty much everything. I guess they went around and took their own tools and saw what they could make with it and saw what they still needed and then made that too. You know what I mean? Like, man, it sure would be nice to have a corner piece. Okay, well, let's make a corner piece. Man, I wish I had a small spot to plug in this little spot in the roof. Okay, well, let's make small roof tiles, or let's make small floor tiles as well as big ones. You know, all that kind of stuff. It's really, really cool. So maybe y'all can kind of see what I'm getting at already here. This will be kind of like an open community room down here. I could see throwing a bunch of couches, maybe a jukebox, cigarette machine, you know, stuff like that, right? Kind of like a club sort of thing downstairs. And then upstairs, I have some cool plans. Upstairs is really where I thought this actually came out pretty cool. But I also noticed sometimes when you have something in place, it kind of affects you putting other stuff underneath it or around it. You can move it and put stuff and then usually set it right back where it was. Usually. It's pretty good about that. It's pretty flexible. I was surprised. I was surprised at how much flexibility you had to actually work with all this stuff. But like, for example, like right here on the side, I want to put a door, an entrance door. Okay, but if I put the door first, then I can't put that little side panel there. Right? And so I have to put the side panel in place first, then put the door. So sometimes when something won't like fit, even where it's supposed to fit, a lot of times you can move something that's around it, put it in there, and then put whatever you moved back, and it'll usually work anyway. Like I say, I was really impressed with this. And I really like the way you're able to kind of combine metal and wood, and, you know, it looks random. It has that Junktown look, you know, like Megaton type of thing. I totally dig that. That's totally Fallout to me. All right, so let me create a roof / floor for our second story. Sometimes things don't want to click where they... There we go. That's also a really good guide to see if you have things spaced out right, is if those pieces will just plug in by themselves, which is usually the case. If they can fit, they will. All right, so some windows looking out and nice open room there. Even a spot for bathroom and what have you. Got to include at least one bathroom, right? All right, so that's the first floor. Now look what I have in store for the second floor. This is where I thought I got just a little creative. At least by my standards, which aren't real high as far as I go. Maybe I'm not so artistically or creatively inclined, right? But I thought this was pretty groovy. I really did. One thing I kind of wanted to do was have a double wide staircase going up, right? Like a grand staircase, but the game really wasn't trying to hear that for some reason. All right. Yeah, see, there's no reason I mean, I don't see any reason it shouldn't go there. I don't know. Weird. It's fine, though. I'm gonna check this out. This big bad baby right here. This is a house all in and of itself. Okay, I want it there. But not exactly. As long as that door matches up with the top of that staircase. Huh? Like that? We create kind of a patio cover and another spot, right? Like that? I'm kind of digging that. A little bit proud of that. And maybe string some lights. Get a generator and string some lights around the edge, you know? Stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking. Like I say, I need to go get just a crap ton of stuff that I'm not using. You know, a couple hundred pieces of copper and circuitry and all that stuff. I want to make electric stuff. And then if I have to power the place with like 50 generators, that's fine. Whatever it takes. I don't care. I want these things to glow like a Christmas tree. And then I haven't even gotten into the monitors and the switches and all that and the light panels and things like we saw in the reveal trailer. There's some other stuff. I was thinking at least to make things like a big glowing like Red Cross for the hospital whenever I do finally make one and stuff like that. I was thinking about that as far as making a huge vault boy, you know, with fire coming out of his feet or something. Well, I don't know about all that. It would be kind of cool to recreate that. Whoever did that was pretty creative. So anyway, and then look at this. All right, so we have a covered patio for bad weather downstairs with a bar, right? Sort of. And then up here we have a fair weather deck, kind of a party deck, party patio type of thing going on. And am I having too much fun with this? Yes. If there is such a thing. Yes, I actually am. And no, I couldn't stop myself. In fact, if I were to include all the trial and error and all the just goofing off that I would like to do with this, then this video would be about 73 hours long. Several days. Y'all be watching the same video till next week. Yep. I guess you can go as far out as you want and create a whole nother balcony deck that, who knows? You could just do all kinds of stuff. They even have, like, bridges that you can, put in like between buildings and stuff, so you can create a community where the buildings all link with each other, and I can just see just going completely out of control with that. All right, and so this also serves as kind of an overhang for the front door down there, and a spot for our dog to find some shade, you know, in the summer and all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is how I'm thinking when I'm making this. I'm like, how cool is this? It's cool to me. I guess that's all that really matters right here. I like it. It makes stuff kind of random here, so it looks like just haphazardly kind of put in place with whatever scrap you could find. I was trying to keep that in mind, you know? There we go. Too much fun. All right, so we have an upper deck now. And this is what I saved this for. If you remember me yanking these out of the backyards, this is what I was thinking of right here. And we just do whatever up here. Have our own little kind of tiki bar going on up here. On the outside, bro, set that there. Maybe actually make a bar, you know? Got our pink flamingos, or our yard flamingos now. Got to put those up there. Like I say, it may not be the most creative thing in the world, but damn, this was a lot of fun. This really, really was. And I'm looking at all the things I can do with this, too. You know, I can add to this. And really with, like, decorations and dressing and jukeboxes and radios and make this, like I say, like a club, like a little community center type of thing. Maybe even work on the downstairs and actually set that, those windows leading out to the bottom patio, set that up as a bar or as a diner. You know, maybe put a stove over there and some stuff. I don't know. Can you make a stove? I don't know. Probably. I think you can make most of the items that you can scrap. Like if you can scrap a stove, I think you can make one too. Not sure about that, or fridges and stuff. But I know you're able to make like ice machines and Nuka-Cola machines and milk machines, you know, and all that kind of stuff. There we go. Go ahead and actually make a bar. All right. It needs some stools too. Of all the stools that I've trashed, see, that figures. Whatever you scrap, you're probably going to wind up having to make later, but you know what on my next playthrough, I'll probably have a little area off to the side where everything that I think I'm going to scrap, instead of scrapping it, the little stuff like stools, cabinets, dressers, junk like that, instead of actually scrapping them, put them off to the side somewhere and just keep the, the fallen trees and the junk houses and stuff and cars laying around to actually scrap for materials. All right, so we put our defenses up like a long time ago, right? But, I haven't even reported in to Sturgis yet. I'm having too much fun with this. And I have some of these materials here to make several generators if I want to. But problem is I can't really make a lot of the stuff to power with the generators, you know? Now I think what it is, I don't know how many devices each one of these little terminals powers. I think it's 2 or 3. Like lights, ceiling fans, stuff like that. Whatever. Radios are their own power source, from what I can see. But things like jukeboxes and ceiling fans and stuff like that, they need power like this. And I think as long as you have one of these nearby, then stuff works. So I'll just hook up a connector to each part of the house there and hope that generator is enough to power several things. And this is something I can't do without. Ceiling fans, I gotta have it. Got to have ceiling fans. These are just the coolest thing. Why am I obsessed with ceiling fans? I have no idea. But they're going to be in everything I build. It'll be my, like, trademark thing. Guaranteed. Got to have them. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's close enough to the little power thing. I would think this is, too. Like I said, as long as it's, like, on your building, then I think it counts. Oh, well, oops. Really need to block those doorways off. Like I said, I have a lot of things to do with, this area up here. Lots of decorations, lots of stuff. You can make posters and like road signs and things like that you can staple all over the walls and stuff like that to patch holes and whatever. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. And I'll wind up doing a lot of that, so. All right, and room for another bed or 2 or 3 in here. I think I want to keep the downstairs, like I say, pretty much for community, whatever. Not so much a sleeping area. But, this upstairs part. Place for people to come sleep it off. You know what I'm saying? Out partying on the patio, a place to come sleep it off. There you go. Try to think of everything. Oh, I was trying to move that. Sometimes you can activate, like, the entire building that you're in. Pretty smooth, though. If you do make a mistake like that, it's really easy to recover. You just back out of it, and it'll undo whatever changes you didn't want to make or whatever. And the light trapped me in. Okay, I'm being trolled by my own lamp. Stop it. That's kind of cool, but not right on your face. There we go. Alright, a light to read by, get it? And see, that's not on yet. That bothers me. Although, I wonder if sometimes the ceiling fans just are off just because. I thought I put one in here. Didn't I? Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Well, why isn't it on? So I have power hooked up to the building. Maybe move it inside somewhere. Oh, see, it just has to be close. There we go. It's on, it's just the light's not. Okay, that's cool. Maybe time of day? Or light around the light actually decides whether it's going to be... where the light bulb's going to be on. I don't know. That's cool, though. Alright, so here's one of those beacons where we can start attracting settlers, too. Turn that on. Let people know it's safe to come here. And as we get some new people, start assigning them crops or whatever. Have people to take care of the crops. I wonder if you have to physically assign them or to count towards your overall food. Or just having the crops planted and they'll naturally just kind of wander over there. I don't know. Not exactly sure how that works. But I do need to go plant a crap ton more crops. So let's go report into old Sturgis over here.
Hey, Sturgis.
Thanks for doing that. We'll all sleep better at night knowing we have some defenses set up. It's been a long road. But yeah, I think this is it. Home. Feels good.
What next?
Well, I guess figuring out how to get back to living, instead of just surviving. Of course, you know you're welcome anytime. My door's always open to you. Windows, too. Some of the walls, actually, come to think of it. I guess I better get back to it. Take care now.
I wonder if the community starts cleaning up over time, like some of the roofs start to patch themselves, you know, over time.
Just wanted to trade a few things.
I did see the obvious here on how to actually get them to use some of this stuff. From what I understand, ammo still counts. There we go.
Nice job with those defenses. I've got nothing else I need right now. I think Preston may want to chat, though.
Preston, huh? So is that going to be like an ongoing quest thing? Wow, that light really looks natural coming from that ceiling fan. That is extremely cool. We still have to go help this this first group of settlers. I wonder if you go to each settlement in the entire wasteland and help them out in order to gain access to their settlement. Maybe that's how that works. That's cool. But I guess that would mean that at some point there's eventually an end to it too. You know, I mean, I think it's like the whole Radiant quest thing. Yeah, let me go ahead and block that out so I stop inadvertently just accidentally stepping out of the house. You know what? We're going to use this as an entrance. Yeah, screw that. Let's actually use this. There we go. Huh? I'm totally digging this. It's like, dude, why don't you stop? I can't. I can't stop. I just can't. I would if I could. Trust me. Well, no, I probably wouldn't, but whatever. Don't judge me. Oh, I was really trying to move that. Make these stairs right here a little fancier. Figure out some way to kind of spruce them up a little bit. Let's see, which way do I want to point that? No, I want the tall headboard this way. Gotta have it just right. Darn it. I can do a bunch more stuff in here. Another maybe light, a couple end tables, radio, stuff like that. Radios, as cool as they are to have everywhere, they're expensive. They're freaking expensive. They cost like parts, rare parts. So, like I say, I need to go get a bunch of stuff. Maybe I'd need to go to one of the areas where you can craft. I guess he doesn't have anything else to say to me right now after all. Maybe I have to go finish that other quest. I probably do, before he can give me a new quest for a new settlement or something. I'm just guessing. But, anyway, maybe I need to go break down an entirely, you know, an entire other area where you can craft and just keep all that stuff and bring it back here. I don't know, I kind of want to build everywhere. At least put up something, at least kind of a road stop type of place. That's the thing. Does every place need to be like a full settlement where people can live and farm and do all that crap? Or some of them, can they just be like stopovers? Where you may not have a doctor and all that stuff. It's just a place where they can stop and rest and get something to drink and what have you. But if it has like a 0 food and a 0 water rating, I guess as long as you had a water pump there, that would count as a rest stop. I'm going to treat it that way. Some of the smaller, really small places. Like that one place that we're going to help out here. That was just like a little shack with a few plants around it. That's all it was. How do you defend that? It's well, not a really smart place to put a settlement. You can put a perimeter around it. Keep those crops in line. Put a few turrets up. Maybe elevate a few turrets and have them guard the. I don't know. Like I say, when it comes to that, I'll build. And then, like this, I want to show you all building my house, and I'm just playing around, okay? I'm not gonna waste a lot of your time and a lot of videos on doing. But I'll show you the after. You know, like I'll get to a place and I'll say like, all right, guys, I'm fixing to get busy, and then I'll probably fade off when I come back in. You'll see what I've done, and I'll take you on a tour if you're interested and show you what I thought of. You know, my plans for a particular place, and then we'll go on and we'll go, you know, kill everything like we're supposed to be doing. And speaking of that, we need to go shoot something because this building is awesome and wonderful and everything, but my guns are cold. So we need to go warm them up on some raider or mutant's face or something. So with that in mind, I'm going to take a nap, and in the morning we will head out and go find something to do. All right? Thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, click that button up top. That'd be awesome. And then if you want to catch the rest of this Let's Play at any point, click that image there in the middle, and it should send you straight to the playlist. All right, y'all take care. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.